Hey y'all, I'm Kiki Hunter.
What's good, people? I'm Mark Hunter.
Welcome
Welcome
to
to
the
the
Hunt
Hunt
Life
Life
Podcast.
Podcast.
We created this podcast to give a real view of life as millennials navigating the world.
Real life discussions about the struggles our generation go through from family, love, and everyday life.
What's good, people? Hunt here.
Hey y'all, it's Kiki.
Welcome back to the Hunt Life Podcast. This is episode 29.
29.
We took a little hiatus, had to take that little social media detox, focus on other business stuff.
A breaky break.
Yeah, we will be taking them every once in a while, not all the time. We thought about doing seasons, but it's like, it's no point. We just gonna keep this stuff running.
So, since we're on a roll, right into the episode, we was talking about the previous episode, and it dawned on us we never introduced ourselves to y'all. Like we just came on here and we just started talking.
Yeah.
So we wanted this episode to be a reintroduction. Yeah. Or our first introduction.
Actually, yeah, the first
who
introduction.
We are, and a little bit about us and why we care to do this. But it's just stick around.
Yeah, it's just, giving a little taste of who we are, what's going on, and all that. But before we get into that, how was your break?
He really gonna force me to talk about this doggone break, y'all. He won't let that go.
Well, because that's part of the podcast. We always talk about what happened before we.
Let's see. Actually, I had a lot happen. I had a speaking event. We paid off the car. What else?
What you did in general?
I've been busy. It ain't felt like no break, but I mean,
it's been a podcast break.
We started school back.
Yeah.
Like for homeschooling. But I particularly I had a speaking event.
Did y'all catch the State of Emergency Part 2?
Yeah, then we did the State of Emergency, so that was like a little bit of a
quick look. We had to pop in for that. It was so much going on. But besides that, what's one word or what's something that just embodies the whole break?
Wild.
Yeah.
It's been wild out here. Like, just my life has been wild. I don't know if that's good or bad yet, so I can't tell you right now. I don't know. I mean, it's been more good than bad. And when I say bad, it's been more like annoyance.
Yes.
Than something actually going on. It's been more like I'm annoyed. But yeah, it's been that because it's been good, great things happen, and then it be like, oh shit, this happened, so now I'm annoyed about something or somebody. So I think it's just been wild, and then the media and it's just everything just been wild. So yeah, what about you?
It's been wild, we had a hurricane. It blew down our fence, we watched the whole entire hurricane and everything. The power popped off at the beginning of it, so we went through the whole entire hurricane, no lights and stuff. Everybody wide awake, everywhere, just doing stuff. The dog out here was tripping because he couldn't do what he wanted to do. He ran away for a second because the fence was down, but I didn't feel bad about it because everybody's dogs was running away.
True. The neighborhood was full of this. All the fences was down. It blew. If you had a fence, it's gone.
Real tea. So everybody's dog was just everywhere. That's the good thing though, because wasn't nobody had vicious dogs.
I gotta say this. R.I.P. B King.
Yeah.
That's just what's recently was wild. I told y'all it's been wild out here in the streets. R.I.P. Big King. Listen, you had to be there. It was a time to be alive.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah, man. You had to be there for that. But besides that, it's just been wild. There's been a lot of ups and downs. It's business trying to pick back up since the hurricane. But it's hey, you never know. It's just it fluctuates. But besides that, so let's get into it. You You want to go first with introducing yourself, or you want me to
I can go
get
give
into
you a
it?
standpoint of how this gonna run.
Say less.
All right, so
Oh, I hope y'all like our new background. We just had to change it up a little bit.
I deal with this all day with him and his kids. Like,
The
it's
semantics, man.
wild. I be trying to keep it casual, like y'all see what y'all see, but
I like to throw it in
he
people's
gonna throw it
face.
out.
Yeah. And I'm on that line, man, too, so I don't be forgetting nothing now.
He been on this. It's been a week, y'all. Like listen.
Get your vitamins up.
Anyhow, so let me give y'all a little bit background about me. So,
Are you gonna say your real name, or you just?
No, that's not nobody business.
That's introducing yourself.
My name is Kiki.
So why you got an S on your name?
Like, don't do that. don't do that. Because everybody don't know me like that. Like, I rock with y'all, but everybody don't know me like that to be comfortable. Y'all saw what happened in Young Miami. Y'all found out that lady name, and then you don't know me like that. I love y'all. But I'm Kiki to everybody, so you should feel more like my friend, right? Like, everybody know me by Kiki. So I'm Kiki. This year will be 33, so I'm living in my Jesus year. I like that. I'm liking that. My Jesus era. I like that one. That's
His era is all error.
But 33 was the year.
Yeah, doses.
I digress. So we're both millennials. I'm a millennial. I come from a 2-parent household, but it's not the 2-parent household that you would think. It's a dysfunctional 2-parent household. I'm originally from Louisiana, but I was raised in Houston. I'll say that. From Louisiana, but raised in Houston. I've been here since I was like 8. So I think it's safe for me to say I'm a Houstonian. Okay. Though I don't never lose my roots. I'm proud to be from.
Yeah, every once in a while. Especially if you get somebody that's from Louisiana that
listen,
your whole, not just that, your whole like accent come back out a little bit. It's just because you ain't talked to nobody from Louisiana in a while.
Yeah.
Then your accent ain't popped out, but like that accent pop out. Now she talking like she from Houston, but you let her get around some Louisiana folks.
Changing my identity.
Nah, she don't change your identity, but that's the crazy part. When you see like Louisiana people get together, like especially even if they've been in Houston for a while, like you hear that whole like Louisiana dialect pop out.
Cause it's a thing. Like it's just, I don't know. I can't explain it. You just know your people.
She from up north.
Yeah, I'm not down south. I'm up north. 318. If you know, you know. What else? I was in the medical field before I became an entrepreneur. I worked. That's none of y'all. That's a little too personal. But I was in the. I was in the medical field. I worked in surgery centers. I was in charge of scheduling the surgeries and stuff like that. My last position, I'm not. That's what I was going to tell y'all, but we might get into it one day because it was my dream job. So I think that's a whole nother podcast.
That's a good podcast.
Because it was my dream job. I got it and I absolutely hated it. And that's how I got into entrepreneurship. But I missed helping people. What else? I'm 2-parent. I got a sibling. One. It's only 2 of us. And I'm the oldest. And
left-handed.
Yes.
That's
but
crazy.
He's a lefty too.
We both left-handed, but we got 2 right-handed children.
Yeah.
Life.
Yeah. That's how things tend to go with us. It's just stuff going
ass backwards.
Yeah. I've been with Mark since I was 19. I grew up in the hood, jailhouse. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know.
I'm about to say, if you know that 50-50 sunflower, like.
And I grew up in the hood, but I wasn't broke. I know that I say that all the time.
Yeah, they was hood rich, bro.
My daddy was a truck driver. My mom was a stay-at-home mom. I'm also an abused child, so that is why I know y'all be like, why they feel like they have the right to come on here and give us opinions and stuff, right? But this is why, because we had to overcome. I particularly have had to overcome a lot. Being an abused child, coming from a 2-parent household, most people be like, oh, most people be like, can we pause it?
No, just keep going.
Most people are like, 2-parent households is better, and like it is the same thing, but it's not. Because like I said, it was dysfunctional. I come from an abuse background. My parents had a lot of domestic violence in the home, so I've seen pretty much. I've been on my own since I was 13. And yeah, I think I graduated college, so that's the thing. Didn't have my first kids at 22.
So what type of businesses do you So you say you're an entrepreneur, so what kind of entrepreneur are you?
I'm a serial entrepreneur.
What kind?
I do my serial.
Yeah, so
I do
what do you
multiple
do?
things.
What do you do? Because some of the time you give them like a little snippet of what you like do, but you don't really fully get into what you do. So like, what
That's
you do?
true. So leaving the medical field, I still felt like I needed to help people. I missed that, like helping people. I didn't miss my job. I missed helping people, and I missed my patients.
She's a helper.
But so I found out through postpartum and like just being at home doing nothing that I was a helper. And I wanted to just help people. So now I'm a healing coach. I help people heal childhood trauma, women specifically. And I have a clothing brand, Hunt Life Co. That is an aspiration t-shirt line, or it's a t-shirt line right now. We're expanding into a clothing brand in general. But it's an aspiration t-shirt line that motivates you to stop suppressing your feelings and embrace your feelings. And all my shirts are everyday quotes, things that you can be proud of throughout your healing journey, even on the tough days, on the bad days, to acknowledge your feelings, but to push you to keep going. Like you acknowledge them, but we're going to keep doing it anyways. Yeah, that's not something I thought for myself, but we here now.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that sounds good about me. I'm quirky. I laugh a lot. I'm a smart ass if y'all haven't like noticed. I love music. We like big hip hop people in this house.
We more time.
But I listen to a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Like hip hop is something that you hear regularly, but I listen to country, so I'm sorry. Black girls like country. That's a shirt. Black girls listen to country music too. Listen.
Yeah, because we from the South, so like the
but
country
everybody
thing
don't
is from
listen.
the
I
South.
told you somebody pulled up to me, listened to country music, and they thought I was crazy because I was blasting it, and they was like,
well, because you was blasting it.
That was the jam. Like, listen, I was here for Beyonce country album.
Looking at
The songs that was actually country, I was here for. Now the other ones, I don't know.
Who am I? I am.
This should be good.
It should be. It's gonna be. Right. I am Hunt.
Wow.
And that's it. We see y'all next week. Nah, I'm playing. Nah, man. I'm Mark. Mark Anthony is my actual first name, but don't say that because that's bound to get you smacked upside your head.
Wow.
Nah, because I don't play like that. Nah, it's not a threat. It's more like a promise, more so.
Listen, millennial. It's not a threat.
Like it's not a threat. It's more so a promise. I don't really like. I don't mind my name. Like my name lit. You feel me? But I don't like everybody to be out here like, oh, Mark Anthony, Mark Anthony.
I found that was his name, y'all, in True Story. I was like, shit the dough. Like
everybody
I
don't
was
call
so
me Mark
impressed.
Anthony.
That was his name. Like to this day, that's it.
Everybody don't call me Mark Anthony. Most of the time I hear Mark Anthony is like when I'm in trouble.
He used to,
or unless I'm like on my daddy's side.
Oh yeah.
Then they gonna call me Mark Anthony. Like they legit are like some of my aunties. Some of my aunties gonna call me Mark Anthony.
Yeah.
But that's more my aunties anyhow. Like they're the main ones that's gonna be like Mark Anthony.
Cause that's his name. I thought that was just
yeah,
because
that's my name. But like, yeah, and I had one teacher
that
straight up was like, "Nah, your name, your mama called you Mark Anthony. I'm gonna call you Mark Anthony." But like, besides that, like I'm the oldest out of 3 siblings. I got 2. Well, I got a brother and I got a sister.
You know.
But nah, I got a brother and I got a sister. I grew up in a semi-single parent household because my mama didn't become a single mother until like we'll say when I became a teenager. So like that preteen era is more so when I became like when I jumped into that single parent mother household type situation. But besides that, like I mean, before I became an entrepreneur, a money man, I was a baker. I did security. I did baking. I wanted to do call centers, but call centers didn't want to do me. Pause. But besides that, like I mean, I jumped around. You know, I like fashion, so I worked at Macy's.
That's like, that's not how we met. But
we ain't met, but that's what we was like. We both was working at Macy's. We both worked at the Galleria. Just she worked at the good one, and I worked at the hood one. But we both was in the Galleria though.
Why would you put it like that though?
Because you was at the good one. You was at the one on the first floor. I was at the one that was on the second floor. Yeah, it was on the first floor, but it was up on the main mall part. You was over there where you had to have money if you was gonna go there. Like
I used to love my customers. They used to come
true story. Like when she used to go before she used to go on lunch break, I used to go to the barber shop up in there. And like, I'll be finished with my haircut by the time she go on her lunch break. Because I worked the morning shift. For some odd reason, my whole entire life for a while, I decided to work the night shift, like overnight. Because, I mean, more money, more bread for me. And then on top of that, I like to be I'm solo dolo, like Kid Cudi say. But besides that, I mean, from 50/50 Sunflower 2, I was born over there. You feel me? I was born there, but I'm a Mo City kid, and but I got my hood knowledge in A-Leaf, in the Leaf. Like I grew up in the Leaf when it was West Up, Vest Up. You feel me?
West Up, Vest
so it was like it was wild.
That's how you
yeah, but only certain parts of A-Leaf is the hood. Like the whole A-Leaf is not the hood. But it is the hood, but we not in A-Leaf. We in Mission Bend. We on a border.
I grew up thinking, baby, you just don't go to the way because it was West of Vesta, baby. That's all I need to know.
We in the West.
I'm not finna try to decipher.
We in the West. The West, you feel me? But besides that, like, you know, like, I did all them different jobs. And it was like during COVID, that's when I made my mind up that, you know what? I want to go on, take a chance up on myself and like start my own business. Cause I always been business minded since I was young. Like since I was young, I always wanted to like own a business. That was always one of my main things. Once I realized that I wasn't going to be an architect, like, cause I didn't like science and math. So that's when I realized I wasn't going to be an architect. I did a couple of years of college, but I decided to go on, like, get out of there and help my family, like, get to where we needed to get to. And that was, like, out the hood, and we, like, got to a better situation. But besides that...
He said family. He not talking about me, y'all.
No, I was talking about, like
his
my blood, like, you know, my original bloodline. Not the bloodline that I started.
I'm like, let's
so, yeah.
Like, she was pregnant. No, I was not. I was there, but I wasn't.
Yeah, she was there for the beginning of it. But besides that, like I'm family oriented, which is interesting to say. But I am family oriented.
Why is it interesting?
Well, because You know, like a lot of dudes don't like to say they family oriented. And it just, that's like, I don't know, that sounds cliche because I am like a father. So it's like, duh, I'm family oriented. What father wouldn't want to be? Like, you're a loser if you don't want to be with your family.
Okay.
But that's how I feel. Like, any dude that don't want to be with their family, they're a loser. Like, you made that. So why you don't want to be with something that you made? I get it that people got issues and you got to bite the bullet, but it's like, my nigga, like, you made that family. I made my G.
And that's not even. I didn't even pay attention to that.
But it's like,
strictly your take on it. I was like, oh, not
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 what?
not not like love or nothing. You just got to deal with the consequences of your actions.
Yeah, you do. That's part of life.
It's like, whoa.
But that's part of life. You have to deal with the consequences of your actions. Whether it's good or it's bad, you still got to deal with the consequences of your actions.
I can see
You
that.
did that. You a man, bro. Like, that's the thing. See, that's going into a whole nother different
That's what I'm
thing.
saying. I was just trying to. We're not promoting like you to just be in an unhealthy household, but I get what I'm messing with him.
Yeah,
I wanted to elaborate.
But besides that, I am Mr. Hunt Bubbles. Like, that's the business I decided to get into. Mr. Hunt Bubbles is a mobile detailing company, soon to be a stationary, but it's always gonna still be mobile detailing. Like, I love cars. I always been into cars since I was a kid, so why not get into detailing cars? So that's what I decided to do with my days these days, is detail cars.
Right.
So 5 years in the making of doing that, and then I'm also the money man behind all of Kiki's adventures that she decided to do. Cause I am like, I pride myself in being the money man, like being the money maker. Cause I like chasing the bread, so it's like, it's pretty cool. Like, yeah, like I always feel like, I mean, my partner Pete always told me, like, you got to get the money, but you got to get other people money in order to, like, make your business grow. And I get that. Like, I get that for real. Like, more into business. I understand that because I always came up with the mindset that why use somebody else's money when I can just get out here and grind and use my own money. So that's why I kind of sort of take the whole tally of trying to be a money man, because I'm gonna go get it. You feel me? I'm gonna get it out the mud regardless, the legal way. But I'm gonna get the bread. You feel me? And I'm gonna split it with my family. I'm gonna make sure that, like, yeah, we do what we need to do so we can get into the position that we're supposed to get into. But besides that, like, I mean, nah, I'm not no healing coach. She the healing coach. She the praying one. She the one that want to, like, see people do good.
Wow.
I mean, cause I'm not there yet. You feel me? Like, I'm not there yet. Like, I'm not there yet. I still got, like, that toxicness in me. You feel me? Like, but I think that's just more so like masculinity, versus toxicity.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I would say it's like toxic.
Nah,
because you don't wish, like, you have a heart. It's just,
yeah, but I don't care. That I'm a laid back person.
You're very laid back. You're very.
But I don't go for nonsense though. Like, yeah, I ain't one of them. Like, laugh all in my face or like.
Yeah, he's very particular. That's all I would say. And like when I met him, so I think we can like pivot into that since we pivoted anyhow.
Introverted like a mug.
Introverted. So if y'all have not gotten it, we're both introverted.
She's not. She's the middle.
How you gonna keep telling me I'm not introverted?
Because you be out in these streets.
Cause I have to be. Because he's saying he's the money person, but guess who's the face? Guess who's the person who's like, I gotta, because he's not gonna do it. Guess who gotta be out talking? I don't want to.
Oh, and I like the DJ.
Be. Oh, that too.
DJ Screw. Yeah. I like the DJ. But yeah, she got to be the face of the business, but she's also HR, so that's the main thing.
Well, I work with cancer patients, so kind of like I'm good.
You was a scheduler, so like, yeah, you're a scheduler person.
Keeping people emotions under. And then like scheduling was part of my job. It's my main, like, listen, surgeries go wrong, that's on me. Like, and I wasn't taking it. But I forgot my thought.
Here we go. But nah,
Because I was trying to get there, and then you talking about I'm not an
in.
introvert, and I'm like, I am introverted. People just don't understand. I had to balance because my dad is an introvert, but he's very social. My mama was an introvert. So I grew up in a household, and my sister is an extrovert. She's very extroverted. So my dad and my sister, they both Geminis. They're extroverted, and my mom was the introvert. So I grew up in an environment like seeing that. So I kind of learned. I'm one of the people that learn how to maneuver.
You in the middle.
Do I prefer to be out? No. Like, I'm really a house hermit. I'll sit in my house all day and have fun by myself. But can I socialize? Yes. But the older I'm getting, the more I understand I have to be in the right environments. Otherwise, I really just don't want to go. And with being entrepreneurs, sometimes it's kind of like, you got to go for like connection wise, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, again, he not going. So I got to be the one to be like, and for some reason, it's not a lot of guys, where y'all at? Because it's like, it's on women backs right now. And I don't.
Because, I mean, I've been to a couple of mixers, but the mixers I went to was lame. So it was like, it was lame, bro. Like, Black Book Houston was doing some lame stuff. Oh.
Wow.
My bad. I already said it.
Pivot. Because I think I remember my thought. We're both introverts. And I remember when I met you, my family didn't know how to take that because he was introverted. But my family knew his other two siblings because I knew his siblings before I knew him. Backstory. I don't know if I said that on the wedding episode, but
backstory, like our family knew each other before we even knew each other, low key. So
yeah,
but that's that 50-50 sunflower stuff, like low key.
Yeah, I think both sides of our family go way back. Speaking of which, shout out to RIP.
Yeah, man, Uncle Rod, man.
So
he was a real one, bro.
I'm very sad to hear that news. I'm gonna try not to like.
That was that uncle that you can crack a beer with, and he'll tell you all the stuff he need to tell you. He was the cool uncle, like low key, like he was the cool uncle. He ain't care about none of the extra stuff you got into. He just want to make sure that you safe and you doing it the right way.
Yeah,
because he'll let you know. These streets ain't nothing for you. Like, get your ass in the house. Like, but he was the cool one, you feel me?
Yeah, because that literally just happened, y'all. So I want to sit there while we're talking about it. But our families go really way back. They're very intertwined, but we just never knew each other. We're not like no weird cousins. I don't want to see that story, that narrative either, because it's not what that is. Like, we not blood related.
I'm Houston all the way through, you feel me?
And it's through marriage, so we'll say that. And so my family knew his siblings, and they knew of him, but they never had encountered him. So like the introvert of him was so weird for everybody because they're like, what's wrong? Like, he don't talk to nobody. And my family is talkers. If you know us, you know us, especially if you're in Houston, baby. We talkers and we drinkers. So
even my family is just talkers too. So like, that's the crazy part. I'm always around like extroverted people, but I'm so like introverted.
He's like, I'm an introvert to where I can't socialize with people. Usually, drinks make me a little bit more, especially when I was younger. But now it's just like, again, that's why I say the environment has to be right. Otherwise, I'm just not gonna put myself through it. But I'm the introvert that can socialize because of the household I grew up in, I learned how to pivot very early in life, and then there was domestic violence going on. So me thinking on my feet is something that just comes natural to me. So me doing what I need to do in a situation, it just comes natural. So, but do I prefer to be by myself? Absolutely.
But we not gonna just twist it up like that.
What?
I can socialize.
He can socialize. He chooses. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was gonna say. I'm like, he's the introvert. So like, if you don't have a conversation for him, he's not talking to you.
If it's not interesting, I don't care. That's more than anything.
Right.
And then it's like, because I am like pretty smart, I don't like dumb stuff. Like, I don't mind entertaining the dumb stuff, but it's like, all right. Let's find something interesting to talk about.
So that's another reason with marriage, we feel like we can we could talk about it because, again, we've been through stuff personally and together as a couple. Because, like I said, our families, we thought everybody got along, but then they didn't. And then we both are introverts. We're both lefties. So the way we operate, but we have our differences. Like I said, I'm the introvert that I can socialize with you in the event of, even if I don't want to, but that's a childhood trait I learned. He's the introvert to where if you hold conversation night about nothing, he not talking to you. You gonna sit there, that's crazy you, and a couple times, and then that's it. That's about all he got for you. So,
but I don't mind talking on the podcast because it's like an outlet for me. You feel me? Like, sure, I ain't talking about conspiracy stuff because I'm such a conspiracy theorist. But like in general, like, I'm gonna throw it out there.
If y'all ain't caught on yet, I don't.
If you don't realize that I'm a conspiracy theorist, then I don't know what's wrong with you.
Yeah.
But it's like, regardless of that, like, I have a lot of like random knowledge that I like to spread. You feel me? So it's more so because we have been married for such a while. And we've been together longer than we've been married, but because of all the stuff we've been through.
And for those who don't know, this might be your first episode. We've been together 13 years. We've been married 6 years.
Yeah, 6 years.
So we've been together 13 years. We've been married 6 years. And from the wedding and us having our first child together, we have gone through
a lot
during times where you would think, because we were so young, like I said, I had my first kid at 22, he was 25. You would think more people would push us closer together to try to make us a family unit and say, hey, I had a baby, you might as well, try to like work it out. It's not that we was on the verge of breakup, but people made it harder for us to stay together.
Yeah.
So being a young couple that were really just trying to figure it out. We millennials, this is our college days, y'all. Like, again, I was 19, so I was in college when I met him.
I done been through all the phases of life, so it's like, that's the thing.
With jobs, without jobs, we, people
player, non-player, like trying to navigate the married world, trying to transition from being a player to being an actual married man, and stuff like that. So it's like that's why I feel like that we wanted to have this podcast, because we have a lot of knowledge when it comes to like doing these things, when doing just a bunch of different things. So why not spread the knowledge to like other people? Because that's the part that if we're trying to make the world better in our own type of way, then why not give off or pass off the knowledge to other people? Because we don't know we might have single people that's listening to our podcast that want to be married in the future. We might have like newlyweds that's listening to us. We might have people that's been married for a while that's listening to us, because Kiki do like invite all the old people to our stuff. She rocking with the old folks. You feel me?
Why you say that?
Because she do. Like, she rock with the old folks. So like,
for me, I don't know. I keep getting told I have an old soul. So like, older people. Stop saying old people. Older people gravitate to me for whatever reason. I don't know why.
They are older people. Like, we mid-age people and they old people.
They gravitate to me. I don't know. But I love my older friends and stuff. Like, I really do. I don't like people my age just don't. I wish I could meet more people my age.
Yes, that's what it is. We have to meet more people our age that's like on the same level of us.
Yeah.
Because
that's the thing too, y'all. I do have a lot of older friends.
Like, we're organic, you feel me? Like we live a very like healthy lifestyle. Like that's the crazy part.
And that's a whole nother. We have to. We do a podcast for how we got into the healthy lifestyle. But we do. We like very organic. I'm clearly natural. We feel like we've been through a lot, so we want to help couples who have adversities. We have every adversity you can think of, personally and together in a marriage. Like, we've had you think of it, and we most likely 9 times out of 10 we have dealt with it.
Hell yeah.
Literally, like think of the most craziest stuff.
Cause I'm a fucker upper, so
we've
hell
dealt with
yeah, I done did some shit.
So, and for us to be here 13 years and we are healthy, we're not perfect, but we are healthy.
And we're still growing together as a couple.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And not only just growing together as a couple, we also growing together as a business. Like,
as business owners.
Because we also
that world out. Because for me, that's a hard. I ain't never wanted to be an entrepreneur. I told him that when I met him. I was cool with that for him because he always made that known. Like, eventually I'm going to figure out what I want to do and go into that. We've piggybacked off a bunch of different things he wanted to do, from opening up his own bakery to going back to the
might
cars,
still happen.
And him doing like the stereos in the car, like
which that
could still happen. So what I'm telling you, like
I'm just gonna turn 35. It's so many more years that I can sit there and toss my eggs in one basket.
Yeah, so that's something like we have gone through a lot, and for the couples who feel like it is impossible, or they have a hard time, or they don't have the support, or they have a lot of adversities, whether it's together or in the marriage or both.
Like Michael Jackson say, you're not alone.
Yeah, we want to be that voice to help you know that you're not alone and that you can get through it, and give you the tools that we've learned through life experience and education, because I also have education in this, to help, y'all, to help others get through it, and to share our story from how we got here. Like, because I think you would have told me this 13 years ago, this would be my life, I wouldn't have believed you.
She telling y'all this the PC way. The un-PC way, bro, it's time for us, like as in us people.
Especially millennials.
It's time for us millennials that's like really like the movers and shakers, that's really like making this economy do what it's do. That's, even though it's not our fault. But us, the ones that's really out here trying to do this family life, we want better for our kids. It's time for us to be much louder than the idiots out here, more than anything. Yeah. Because as we see on all these social medias, the only people that they're highlighting are idiots. And it's like, we got to get past that. It's time for us to start like shining, because as you could tell, we are a black couple, and we know that there are a lot of black couples that's our age too, that's actually doing a family life, and they's doing it, but y'all sitting in the background and y'all like just watching it go on. And I get it, like it's entertainment, because that's the same thing we do. It's the same thing for us. We watching it too, but it's like now the narrative is just getting too far out here. Like they feel like their black fathers is not around. They want to promote this black like women toxicity and shit. And
I think for me
it's not toxic, but it is
toxic. Like if women can't be happy and in love no more, that's our problem. And I hate to say that, and please don't date me, but y'all don't got no good love music no more. Like y'all don't. It's no good love music no more. I thought you might say
they ain't got no man. That's why they toxic.
Well, that's why you don't got no man, because you listen to the one, you keep listening to all this stuff telling you to stay single. Like sometimes it's okay to be in love.
You still listen to artists that say single, but they got a nigga.
Yeah, like it's okay to be in love. It's okay to, with all the challenges that come with being in love. Like, because
get over that dumb heartbreak that you had when you was a teenager. Grow up.
That too, but also get out of the idea that, because I see I don't want to argue, I just want to build. Like I see that argument all the time.
We got bills, like everybody got bills.
No, I want to build. Like,
build. Yeah, you can't build nothing if you don't argue.
And they like, I don't want to argue. I ain't got time to be arguing with you. Let's build. Like, let's grow something. And I'm like, that's not how that works, and it creates an unrealistic mindset, because there are going to be arguments. If you're not arguing, I don't know what you're not doing. Growing. Like, because you are still two separate people with, like I said, we have different baggrounds.
Different personalities.
Different personalities. So
different
there's going to be arguments. Now, healthy is a
arguments
healthy way
is the word.
Argue, but And it shouldn't be like all the time about the same stuff. And like, even when I say the same stuff, I tread very lightly, because if a person is trying to change something that they've been doing probably since childhood, that's going to take a while for them to change it. And I hear a lot of women say, well, I'm not going to tell no grown man what he's doing wrong. He's been like, yeah, but this is something new you're trying to get him to do. And if he's willing to at least try, you should be able to be willing to try with him and help him through that. And you might have to remind him a few times. You might have to remind him a dozen times, because he's trying to pick up a new trait. So how long has he been doing this new thing versus the thing that he's trying to change from? And I think it's too much of a fairy tale. We don't need to argue. We can just get money. It's contractual. And nobody talks about the real stuff, especially with millennials that we are going through, from like being with our parents and having our parents in the middle of our relationships. That's a different story for a different day. I'll go deeper.
How to navigate this rocky economy and still try to make some bread.
Yeah. Dealing with in-laws, family drama, death, because we've dealt with death. He's lost a parent. As an adult, I lost a parent as a child. Like, it's dealing with all of those traumas and learning how to, again, grow. Because, again, we're in our 30s now. We met each other in our early 20s. Very early 20s. So we have went through a lot, and we just want to help those couples or those people who are trying to get in relationships understand what real growth looks like and what real relationships look like. And you can be happy in marriage, but that doesn't mean heartbreak won't be part of it.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that y'all won't have trials and tribulations. That doesn't mean the whole marriage is going to be fun all the time, especially when you start building businesses and kids and family and in-laws and just all of these things. And you also trying to figure out who you are as a person. And the person that you was with 10 years ago might have changed, or 5 years ago might have changed from being that person. That may be better, that may be worse, that may be stuck in a traumatic experience that happened to them. It's understanding all of that. And we feel like we have the answers to help you, not solve your problems, but we can at least give you a piece of advice from experience and education to help. And that is why we wanted, that's how we got here. That's how we got to do this podcast. And that's why it's called Hunt Life, because we want to show people that regardless of where you come from, what background you come from, what your family was, you can
hunt life and live dreams.
You can live your dreams regardless, because some of us, what we already doing, we've already broke the curse. Like I was telling him earlier today, when I look at my family, I come from nothing. Nobody in my family has did anything worth talking about. Like it's no politicians. It's like I didn't grow up around it versus he kind of did. I didn't grow up around, like my family is literally, and I'm not saying in a derogatory way, but it's nothing that I can really just be proud of and say, oh, I'm proud of my family and I'm proud of where I come from, but it's nothing noble. And I'm like, the things that I've accomplished at 33, if I said this was it and I'm not going to do anything else, I would have done my job, because I've already broken several generation curses. I graduated college. I've written a book, a children's book called He Was the Man, to promote little boys and getting them to take pride in being men and being helpers, to bring them up, because we don't
embrace
do that.
The masculinity.
That part.
That's what
I'm trying to say. So I'm an author of 2 books. I also have an ebook to help women or people going through trauma start to self-heal themselves. And I put all the steps that I did to heal my childhood trauma in that book. I did that, so I wrote 2 books. I'm now a speaker. And I have a clothing line. I don't have another book on the way.
She got multiple books.
Stop
bro. She went through an old phone and she found a whole nother outline to a book, bro. I'm putting it on the podcast now.
Do that?
Because that means if it's out there, we gotta do it. Like
That's
she
not
did
coming no
that.
time
She
soon,
did.
y'all.
Yeah,
Though.
I ain't saying that it's coming like now. I'm just saying in general. She got more books to go. See, that was an argument because I felt like that at that time that we were supposed to get more codes.
He did tell me to get my codes, and I just didn't see. I was like, I'm only gonna write the
Oh,
poem.
when you're publishing a book, you have to buy codes in order for you to be able to broadcast it. That's not the word I'm looking for. To publish it, to put it everywhere. So I was telling her to buy multiple barcodes so she can be able to have multiple books. They had a deal to where you can get like 10 of them bad boys, and she was so persistent on I don't need 10. But I'm like, bro, we can use 10. Like we can have our
I
own
didn't see
publishing
for
company.
what.
Because I feel like we could have started a publishing company.
See what I'm saying?
Business minded.
That's more work. I did not want that.
Yeah,
but
but
now I have like 1, 2, 3, 4. I could use at least 4 of them off the strength. 5 actually.
see, like
So that's it. I should have listened, but I mean, I just didn't see the vision at the time. And sometimes you won't. You just going with the flow of stuff because life is gonna life and stuff is gonna happen. And if you in a relationship, you got to figure out how you're gonna do it together, not separate. And but also understanding that you're 2 separate people who have different backgrounds and you have different ways of thinking, and that's okay too. Your differences can be your strengths,
your
and
weaknesses
that
can be your
is
strengths.
yeah.
How you hunt life
Yeah.
and live dreams. The more of the story, man, we trying to pivot more into, I guess, because we understand like the direction that we really want to take the podcast. Because the first 20 something episodes was trying to learn this podcast game and trying to figure out like what we want to do with this. And it's like we know what we want to do with it. Sure, we might have some lighthearted episodes where we get off into some other stuff, but like mainly in general, we want to make sure that we're trying to help couples or people that's like eventually trying to be couples. But for a fact, we want to help couples because that's what the world needs. Like,
no, we need more black
positive
actually
couples.
black, because let me say this,
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who are
Portraying to
portraying
be
black
black.
love and aren't black love.
They
And
mix
we
like a
need
mug.
more
Like
blackity
black Americans,
love,
you feel me? Is what she's trying to say. Black Americans
that are like, take this back to the 50s and 60s, like who are happily married, and it doesn't always have to be we gotta accept being cheated on, we have to accept not living our dreams, or we have to accept being disrespected and not being tolerated. Like all this, the narratives that people put out there, that's a bunch of bull. It's just a bunch of people who don't want to try. You don't want to try nothing because you're too scared of being hurt. You're too scared of being let down. You're going to get let down in anything that you do, from your career to your kids. They're going to at some point disappoint. They're at some point going to disappoint you. That's just kids. That comes with loving and accepting them.
If this market ain't hurting you, ain't letting you down right now, then I don't know what is.
That too.
These grocery prices need to be hurting your feelings. Like it's a lot of stuff that need to be hurting your feelings, letting you down versus this dumb stuff.
Yeah, so it's that comes with the territory. It's gonna be some bumps and bruises along the way, but if both people are committed to it and y'all are trying and y'all are actually taking steps, not just saying it, because try is an action. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Sometimes your trying good enough. But that's our purpose in this podcast. So if you have any questions, please send them to our email. We'll put it in the description for you to send it to us, or you can always DM us on our Instagram, socials. On our socials. But if you don't want to be like identified, just send it in an email, and we'll start trying to do segments to where we answer Q&As, give you our answers to those questions, and
we just here to help, man. More of the story, we just want to help.
Yeah, so we just decided to introduce ourselves, who we are, why we feel like we can get on here and tell y'all what to do. Well, we're not telling y'all what to do. We're just giving y'all our opinion. And we're giving our opinion from a place that we already been there, did that.
And it's a heartfelt opinion. It's not like no dry ass just.
I'm saying it's some pitch like make y'all mad.
This ain't no rage bait or nothing like that.
Yeah.
As they like to say on the tickety talk.
Man,
this ain't rage bait. We actually care to a certain extent.
No, we care. Like, I want to see more Black happy families. Like, literally, I want to see more Black family units, healthy Black family units. Like, I want to see that. I love seeing that with you, your kids. Like, that is my mission and that is my goal. That is why I'm a healing coach. That is why I do this, because we didn't have to be where we are now. We could have took any adversity that was thrown at us and took that and still been at 50-50 sunflower. Like, we could have still, it's been a lot of stuff that and as we go through this and talk through the podcast, you'll get to hear and see about some of those things that we've had, those adversities that we've had to go through, to where we have had a hard time. We still having a hard time. Like, we still are going through things that you would think we wouldn't have to go through just with us trying to do it on our own, and the pushback that we get.
We just had a read your mind episode, and she still be trying to make me read her mind. See, so it's like we have adversities that we be trying to get through. It's just, hey, one day at a time. But you got any rants this week?
No.
No rant.
I don't have a rant.
I got a rant. Man, I get it that y'all just start putting y'all kids back in school, but y'all need to figure out how y'all gonna drive, bro. This traffic out here is crazy, fam.
Why can this traffic be
ridiculous? It's crazy. It shouldn't be traffic at 2:00 in the afternoon. It shouldn't be traffic at 3. Like, it shouldn't be traffic at 12. Like, what's up? Like, y'all gotta get back in the groove so we can make this traffic run smooth.
That's true. I don't have a rant, but I think I have something I think I can touch on real quick. Don't be so stuck in your past to where I'm trying to get it at. Okay, so here's the thing. A lot of people are trying to figure out why they can't find happiness, but you can't find happiness because you're so stuck in your past and the things that you've already survived that you can't even see, that you're not even in that space no more. You've condemned yourself to live in a space. A lot of people are condemning themselves to live in a space that they're not in anymore. But you carrying that and you holding that into where you are now, not understanding that you're right where you prayed to be. Like, you have some part of the life. You don't have the other parts because you refuse to let go of the past. And you gotta learn how to let go of the past. Like, please understand what you don't understand. Be able to move outside of yourself, outside of your trauma, for your own better good. Like, we be wanting stuff and we be aspiring to have things and not understanding that materialistic things are only going to get you so far. And I keep touching base on that because it's such a materialistic world. Being materialistic is only going to get you so far. It's only so much money you're going to have. It's only so many purses and wigs that you are going to have. You have to be able to get out of a state of survival mode and really get to living your life for where you are right now. It is okay to reflect back from where you came from, but you do not have to be stuck in that. And then you keep everybody around you stuck in old trauma that you already supposedly had overcame. If you overcame it, live like you overcame it. Don't keep your mind stuck there. And if you are there, go seek therapy, because it's too many people out here doing that.
But with that being said, I'm Hunt.
I'm Kiki.
This is the Hunt Life Podcast. Welcome back. And we on the roll again. Hunt Life.
Live dreams. Bye, y'all.
What's good, people? Before y'all leave, don't forget to like, share, and comment. Oh, and follow us at
Hunt Life the Podcast on Instagram, TikTok, and here on YouTube. Please hit the subscribe button. You can also find me at I'm the Key on Instagram, and you can follow us on Hunt Life Code on Instagram and TikTok.
And you can find me on Mr. Hunt Bubbles on everywhere. Mr. Hunt Bubbles on everything, and also Hunt Files. And don't forget, if you got any comments or any statements or anything that you want to leave us, you can always find us up on Instagram and Hunt Life the Podcast. Have a great day, y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Hunt Life, live dreams.